partenaire avec qui nous avons vraiment...
We connected so much with this new partner, and in the years to come, we really hope that we'll get to keep working with him. Here he is, Mr. Saeed Al-Jasmi.
Et c'est donc avec grand plaisir que nous vous accueillons.
So it is with great pleasure that we welcome you here in Florac-2022 as the representative of Abu Dhabi. For us, it's a first, and it's so nice to have you here. We really do hope that you'll be happy. So let's hear what Jean-Paul has to say, because you're the one who organizes the race every year, and sometimes finding partners is essential. Well, you said it is essential, but you can't take on any partner. I believe that with these stables of Maghaweer, there is some sort of symbiosis with our landscapes, our way of apprehending endurance, horses, and in the end, endurance races.
Everyone participated in this race, especially John Paul's support and organizer and everyone supporting this festival. Thank you very much, guys.
So Mr. Al-Jasmi is very pleased with his weekend, and he wants to thank everyone who was involved in it.
Plus vite que vous serez donc au départ ce matin, sans plus concurrents au départ de cette première étape. Et tout au long de la journée,
September 10th, 2022, 5 a.m. The start of the 49th edition of the 160km de Florac and its 34km first stage. A steep climb into the night leads to Bar des Cévennes for a 40-minute break and a first veterinary check. This year, the Abu Dhabi stables, Maghaweer, and its owner, Sheikh Hazza bin Zayed Al Nahyan, who share with us the principles and philosophy of endurance, were charmed by the natural setting of the Cévennes and by the course of this original and unique race. They decided to participate and ride with us in this 49th edition of the 160km de Florac and first Maghaweer Endurance Master. Florac. In the street, between the bar and the bakery, the assistants and Florac-2022 who got up early to see the trotting cavalry are waiting. Just a bit further on, the cavalry will leave the road and face the first mountain. The circuit of the race has changed over the years, but the development and improvement of more secure paths has now established a permanent route. At dawn, they arrive in the city stadium at Bar des Cévennes, which has been turned for the day into a stopover for the great race. On site, 8 vets and their assistants are needed for the occasion. Speed is essential, as they have to check between 50 and 100 horses depending on the year, who arrive bundled in the first stages of the race. Heart and respiratory rate, abnormalities in gait, possible lameness, they have to evaluate everything in 40 minutes, the duration of the break, then jump back into their cars and quickly drive to the next stop for another of the 3 veterinary checks.
Donc profitez des quelques minutes qui restent avant le départ pour aller vous réchauffer, vous restaurer.
Every year in July, this site of Bar des Cévennes hosts several endurance races, which are very popular among endurance riders who want to choose their horses for the upcoming season. The reputation of the 160 kilometers de Florac has been built up over the years based on the difficulties in the race. Significant height differences, rough terrain, and sometimes extreme temperatures. But it is also built on the beauty and diversity of the landscapes that the race crosses, mainly in the Cévennes National Park. From the dark Cévennes forests to the windswept top of the Aiguale, and from the Cosméjean flattened by the sun to the vertiginous path of the Gorge du Tarn or the Jonte, nature presides as an essential player in the race. A race that remains one of the most difficult, but also one of the most beautiful in the world. In the 40 kilometers that separate Bar des Cévennes from Cambrieux, riders and horses face a major obstacle. The Mont Aiguale and its 1,667 meters above sea level is the highest point of the race, 60 kilometers after the start. Passing it is an adventure in itself. because the weather here is changeable, capricious. Sometimes arrivals at the top are bright under a summer sun, or like today, they can be drowned in fog with winter temperatures and piercing icy wind. Muffled in their coats, the bravest audience members patiently wait for the first riders, who suddenly emerge from the thick clouds. There is no official stop here, so they immediately start the descent to Cambrieux, end of the second stage, a few kilometers further. Cambrieux, 75 kilometers after the start. A farmer's buffet is prepared for the riders and the assistants. 32 horses are still running. Another 40 minutes of rest before starting again.
Donc vient de valider la 14e place avec Agraria.
La couverture, c'est bon, je l'ai mis. Et à ma belle.
Pettini et Lucas donc vient de valider la 14e place avec Agraria et Sylvia Yebra.
The drought of the last month have partly used up all the usually abundant water of the Valley of Happiness, and the firemen had to be called in to fill the tanks needed for the horses' thirst and care.
بس هم اللي مساعده كمان ابو احمد هو سباق في السنه يعني بيجي الفصول السنه ما عندهم 50.
After Cambrieux, the trail goes down through the forests of the Aiguille to Maghaweer, where three rivers meet. Horses and riders will cross the village before going up on a steep and vertiginous path to the Côte Méjean, 500 meters higher. Kilometer 115. The horse riders reach the large Plaine de Chanay, an isolated island in the heart of the Côte Méjean, 500 meters above the Jonte and the Tarn which run below. Partly deserted landscapes of a territory where sheep reign supreme. Chanay is usually an airdrome dedicated to gliders, but once a year it also welcomes the horses of the race.
Nous sommes au terme de la troisième étape. Il y aura 30 minutes de temps de solde et une réinspection obligatoire avant de repartir sur la quatrième et avant-dernière étape. Donc, il arrive au col. Maria Montevideo, Alex Florac et Marilyn.
The fourth stage is short but challenging, because here the course is not as flat as it seems. And the gaps between the participants are widening, reaching up to dozens of minutes at the head of the race. But the race is not over. After arriving in Hispagnac, riders and horses will have to keep going for a fifth and final stage. It's a short 24 km loop, rising up through the forest from Hispagnac to the Col de Montmirail, 1,042 meters above sea level, before descending back to Hispagnac and the finish line. Today is Sunday, 11th of September, the day after the race. 29 horses have finished the race, and today is the award ceremony. Justin Mourou and his mare, Dragueuse des Pacoulis, arrived first, after a race lasting 9 hours and 17 minutes. Justin also won the Gaston Mercier Prize for Best Physical Condition for his mare. A few seconds behind him is the Spanish rider Ana Maria Yebra Altamira on Girola de Carcus, followed in third place by May Manifacier on Joba de Palmas.
Donc May Manifacier qui prend la troisième place, donc Serge Van le premier. Donc innovation, c'est Justin Mourou, Maria Yebra et May Manifacier.
I am very happy actually to have all the riders and all the horse owner here, and really thanks for all your support, and especially John. And thank you very much for everything, and thank you very much for having us here. And we're looking forward for future. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, vous avez certainement compris. Donc il est très très heureux d'être parmi nous, très très heureux d'être avec les cavaliers, d'être avec les assistants, d'être avec les organisateurs, et ils vont réfléchir.
Next September, the race will celebrate its 50th anniversary, with new riders coming from all over the world to win Florac, and former contestants returning to try and reach the finish line, to win or simply participate in the original and now mythical race that is the 160 kilometers de Florac.